Okay, Off the Grid Dream Series. We purchased this 8-acre property in January 2014. We've been up here, I guess this is like our third time up, trying to get things ready for when we eventually retire and move up here. There's quite a bit of stuff to be done. We have a small fifth wheel that will be leaving up here through the winter. And that one of the things, because we're at 6,500 foot elevation, we will be winterizing the fifth wheel for the winter. So we have Robert doing some caulking. He's caulking the windows. We've had quite a bit of rain up here this year and the last couple of days, last night, today. So we're just making sure we're caulking the windows. One of the other things for winterizing your RV in cold climates that are going to get down to freezing is to put antifreeze through your hot water system, through your piping system, so that there's no water. We actually made sure there was no water in the lines. You drain the lines and then put the RV antifreeze in the lines so that it doesn't freeze and bust the pipes. One of the other things that we have learned up on this property, it's very common, the pack rats. We have a ton of pack rats around, and eventually we'll be dealing with those and probably having to trap them, so because they're pretty much overrunning everything. But you have to make sure that the RV or the fifth wheel is secure, so the pack rats, because they will find any little hole and get in and build a nest. And when we were up here the last time, we thought everything was secure, and we got into some drawers in the bathroom and discovered that they had found a way in. And they were proceeding to make a little nest in a nice little spot. So what we had to do then is look. Actually, Robert had to climb underneath the trailer and search and look and try to find, because they can get into spots about the size of a nickel, they say. They're pretty small and they're cute, but they are terrible. I mean, you cannot leave anything out around your property, nothing. They will take anything. I had a green piece of rope strung up for a clothesline temporarily that we had hanging down to the ground, and they got a hold of that and carried it off and took it to one of their nests. Any little thing, material, any metal, anything shiny. When we start destroying their nests eventually, we'll probably find all kinds of goodies that we were missing. So you just got to make sure that stuff is put away and don't leave anything out, because that will be a treasure for the pack rats. So we're up here now. The last trip up here, we actually had purchased a trailer, a storage trailer, and got a really good deal on it. And we brought it up full of stuff that we're leaving here full time. And we were able to get it in place, take the tires off. Eventually we'll be doing some skirting. And this will eventually be Robert's workshop. And so, but for now, we're just going to use it as storage and be able to bring things up here and leave it instead of hauling things back and forth to Tucson. So we have it. We've managed, while we've been here the last few times, we've been cutting down some trees that were in the way. This tree here will be going eventually, one behind the little fifth wheel for when we bring in the big fifth wheel, but that won't be for a few years. So we'll be leaving the little one here so that we can just bring our stuff up. And that's the reason we're busy doing the winterizing, caulking, and taking care of the water lines, making sure everything's airtight so that the pack rats don't get inside. And it's been kind of a quick little trip. It's kind of just basically a weekend, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and then one more day tomorrow that I managed to get off. And so we won't be back up here probably till springtime. And at that point, we're hoping that we'll be able to bring in cinders. Cinders is something we desperately need up here, and we've just not had the chance to get that yet. Like I said, there's been quite a bit of rain, and when it rains, it gets muddy. And our last trip up here a few weeks ago, we weren't able to do the winterizing because we had to basically hurry up and get out because of the mud. And we actually did get stuck in the mud, and took us most of one whole day to get out of it. So we're kind of being careful, and have learned the hard way that if it's threatening to rain, in which we have had rain, like I said, most of the day last night, and we got more rain coming in. That's why Robert's trying to go ahead and hurry up and get the caulking done. You can probably hear a little of the thunder off in the distance. But this time we learned to not park over in the softer areas, and we made sure that we're parking the truck on something that will not sink into the mud. So this way, hopefully, if we do have to leave and it's raining or muddy, we'll be able to get out and not sink in. The other project that we had done when we were up here a few weeks ago, we had put in a gate at the front entrance in preparation for when we do our fencing. And of course, we have our little composting toilet. We're still working on that. We will be probably in the spring putting a roof over that, which will be great because it's really difficult when it's raining and storming to go out and try to use that. So we'll get a roof on that, and we've kind of decided to paint it. So you can see that we ran out of paint, but the natural side is bamboo, kind of the tan. But we decided that it kind of looked better in the trees, kind of gives it a little bit more of a natural look, blending in with the trees, to paint it green. So we've started painting it green, and it does kind of blend in with the trees better. So today is Sunday, the 19th of October. It's a chill in the air. It was like 50 degrees today for the high. It was nice in the night sleeping. Not freezing point yet, but within the next week or two, probably they'll be dropping down to freezing. So that's it for this trip up to the 8-acre property. And it's just kind of, this was a whirlwind trip. I mean, we just really had to do it because we had to get things winterized, because we won't be back up here till probably the end of April. So remember those things, what you got to do for the winter, especially if you're not going to be there on the property. And that's it for this one. Over and out from R&R's Hidden Pines Off the Grid Dream Series.